you've been liking any of the content on here, just feel free to subscribe. Either way, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. This match is going to be between me, Caiaphas Kane, Jeff, and the BlushingNoiseMarine, Laura, between the Custodes and the Emperor's Children. I always enjoy my games with Laura. We always have a great time. I always learn a lot, and I hope she'll come back again. I had physio just before, so I wasn't able to get everything set up for recording, so if there's a few things missing, I'm sorry, but we have most of the turns, everything in here, and it's a great match, so I really hope you guys enjoy it as much as we did playing it. And the mission today that we're going to be playing, it's just the mission 1 of the RTT that we're going to. So Crucible Battle is the deployment, priority targets, so you get up to 10 points for holding objectives. You can hold 2 objectives, you can even hold a 1 in your own deployment. And then at the end of the game, you get 5 points for every objective that you're on, up to 15, and Chilling Rain. Those are our mission rules. And here is our map today. Everything is closed off windows. That looks like it's windows, but it's no windows. All these windows on the bottom floor are closed off. Trying to get this tournament ready as we can. But this is more of a practice match. We're not going hard. This is more like a theory question of could the Custodes deal with big, high toughness things without needing the tanks. And I was in the opinion that I wouldn't need them. The Terminators can pretty much do the job that the tanks can, but getting into the hard part, you gotta be a bit crafty, especially when you have a knight on the table.
I've got a squad of Terminators with Fabadon, the spoiler, a couple of Obliterators, 5 Warp Talons, which are disgracefully not painted, my Venom Crawler Extraordinaire. I love the Venom Crawler. My favorite unit of 9, which is 10 Legionaries, with Lucius the Eternal. That is the only thing that can go into this Rhino, so they're going to go with the Rhino. A Predator Annihilator, because we're doing some like tank-heavy stuff, even though it's not the best tank in the world, but it is a tank. Yep. And then a Land Raider for Abaddon's Personal Chariot. And then the Piece de Resistance.
Yes.
A Chaos Knight Rampager as an allied unit.
I'm not quite sure I'm going to do about him yet. This is the list for today's battle against the Emperor's Children. All infantry. I have Kyriadraxis with 5 Custodian Guard, 3 of the Custodian Guards with shields, 1 of them has a Vexilla, and 2 of them with the spears. My boy Trajan here with 5 Custodian Wardens. They all have spears, 1 of them has a Vexilla, 5 Alurus Terminators with the Alurus Captain with them, and he has the Sleeceless Hunter, so if anyone gets in within 9 of them, he can move. It says 6, but I do believe these rules are it's their maximum movement, so it'd be 5, so he can move 5 ahead or 5 back. He can move 5 inches if someone gets within 9 of him, and he can fall back and charge all game with that enhancement. Then I have 5 more Alurus Terminators. Just to test these guys out, and I just built them, is the 3 Aquilon Terminators, so the Forge World ones. They're on a bigger base. Special rule isn't as good. They have Golden Light, but they don't have the reroll wounds. They have reroll wounds of 1 against the closest target on their range attack. So they have flamer weapons, all of them. 2 of them have the talons, and 1 of them has the punching weapon. A unit of Witch Seekers, another unit of Witch Seekers, and another unit of Witch Seekers. There's a couple proxies in there, a couple vigilators. That is the list. Gonna be awesome. I've never fought a knight before. Super excited for that. So let's go from the shelf to the tabletop. So my Custodes, I deployed relatively safe, kind of on these objectives. I know Laura is quite fast. I don't want to get caught being charged out on any of these places while being on objective. I wouldn't be able to use fight first. Trajan's kind of sitting there since he could pop his moment shackle. All my girls ready to scout forward. These Terminators are in deep strike. And a big blob of Terminator sitting right there. Looks like Laura has all her stuff quite ready to pounce on me. I got the knight here. I won't be able to shoot him with anything anyways. I can't see him, but it doesn't matter. I don't think I have any range to shoot any of this stuff. Warp Talons in there. We got Lucius and friends in the Rhino. We have Abaddon and his pals in the Fun Wagon. Tanks over here. And the Venom Crawlers there. The Custodes deployed first, and then they won the first turn roll. My scout moves, I just scouted up here, hopefully get towards the middle objective, and scouted up here. First turn draw for Custodes, I got Assassination and Secure No Man's Land. Assassination, bleh. Secure No Man's Land, I think I can do that. For my movement phase, not much. I did have to spend a CP to get the advance to get on this objective so I could get secure no man's land. But knowing I'm just going to throw away assassination, I know I pretty much get that CP back. Stay back here because I didn't want the big advance in charge from Lucius and pals to get on top of my Inquisitor. Trajan got a big 6 on his advance, so he moved up. He's not on the middle, but he's kind of tucked inside that building. He might be a bit shot by some stuff, but he should be pretty safe. Terminators just stayed here. Just I don't want to run out into the open here and get pew-pewed to death. Sisters made it onto here. So with that, we will have secure no man's land, and that is the end of my turn. I'm not doing any charges or shooting. So on to the Chaos Space Marines. Laura just scooted her vehicles ahead here to try to get some shots on me. Probably tank shock my poor girls. The big scary knight is slowly lumbering down the field at me, so he'll probably charge me next turn if I don't do anything about him. I don't know if I can. That's pretty much the movement phase for the Emperor's Children, and on to the shooting. Okay, so the shooting and the melee phase, combat phase, was pretty quick. The Rhino dispatched my sisters with a tank shock, and then these Warp Talons mulched up my sisters real good. And I tried to convince Laura to pile into Trajan, but she declined, sadly. So, on to my turn 2. And you got extended battle lines for
but
5.
Bring it down, I'm throwing because you don't even have a vehicle.
No, bring it down for you. So my movement phase, I brought these out to shoot and hopefully charge onto that objective. Maybe I can pop it open with shooting, but I doubt that. Trajan moved up here to get a charge onto the Land Raider. My Terminators shuffled out around this corner to get a shots onto the Warp Talons. And I deep striked my fellows back here. They're going to die, but they're just a distraction. Maybe I can get a charge onto that tank. That would be lovely, but other than that, they'll hopefully make this knight turn around. Because I don't want him attacking me. Alright, so I do believe that is my movement. So we're going to go on to my shooting. So for my turn, my shooting bounced off the Warp Talons. I think I killed 1 shooting, bounced everywhere. Not that good. My charges, though, were a little bit better. I was able to kill the Warp Talons with my Wardens. And I think maybe did 1 damage or 2 damage onto the Land Raider. Not much. I did make that charge with a 9. I did have to re-roll. It might have been a 10. I think I made it with a 10 with a re-roll. And I killed that tank, so I'm in the backfield. But I bounced off this Rhino, and we're going to go on to the Emperor's Children, turn 2. Lucius and friends hopped out of the Rhino, hopefully to get a charge, well, pretty much guaranteed charge into my Custodian Guard and my poor Inquisitor. The Rampager has flown up the table. Can it advance and charge?
Once per battle.
Yeah, and it can advance and charge, so it's going to charge into those Terminators. We've got some Obliterators in my back lines now as well. Looks like Abaddon and his pals have jumped out to try to deal with these Terminators on their home field objective. The Land Raiders side just to stand still, just to keep Trajan and his buddies in combat. Venom Crawler moved out to get some shots onto my Terminators. So that is the movement phase. We're going to go on to the shooting phase now and see if the Emperor's Children can kill some of my Custodians. The Knight charging in on these Terminators, I used the -1 kata, hit kata, just to try to survive against all this stuff coming in. So I did lose 2 Terminators. I did 10 wounds back to the Rampager. I wasn't able to kill the Land Raider, and the Land Raider was not able to kill my Warden, so that continuous eternal battle will keep on going. I did lose 2 of my Custodian Guard, but the Inquisitor popped off with 5 out of her 6 saves, so she's still alive with 2 wounds. All my Terminators were mulched up by Abby. Laura got some really good Mortal Devi wounds on them, murked them up pretty good, and then Abby went in there, chopped him up real good. All right, so on to Custodes turn 3. For my movement, I have Ceaseless Hunter. He can fall back in charge, the Terminator Captain. I move my sisters over here so I could hold on to this objective and push my stuff down. But then Laura killed them all with her obliterators on Overwatch. So that's just fantastic. The Warden stayed there. I fell back to the Custodian Guard to get on this objective. And that is the rest of my movement. I only have 3 units left. So let's move on to the shooting phase. Alright, so I did manage to kill these obliterators. These Terminators picked up this knight. I destroyed the Land Raider with Trajan. So we're pretty much going to be just kind of smiling at each other, blowing kisses, I think, from these objectives, since we don't have a lot of extra units left, but we'll have to see what the cards bring to us. So I do get nothing. No, I get overwhelming force for that, but you weren't on this objective. So I just get 3 points for that. And I'm going to throw away engage in all fronts. Alrighty, so on to turn 3 for the Emperor's Children. The draw for the Emperor's Children is no prisoners and overwhelming force. A really strong turn for the Emperor's Children. Was able to kill my Wardens and Trajan. I even used the 2-up invulnerable save with the Devi wounds, took him out. I rolled pretty poorly over here and killing us, hoping to have 1 more unit left because then I could battle res them, but I lost that. There's 3 units on the board left for the Emperor's Children and 2 for the Terminators. And I'm going to Golden Light these fellas at the end of the Emperor's Children turn to see what I can do with them. Of my draw for this turn, we have Aerial Denial.
These are my 6th.
Okay. Turn 4 and Storm Hostile Objective.
Good luck.
Let's see.
Area
Those
Denial.
pretty poopy ones. Movement pretty fast for turn 4. I just shimmy up here. I sticky this objective. And I moved up here to try to kill this Venom Crawler with my Terminators. A 10-inch charge if I somehow make it. I drop these guys back here so I can still Golden Light these if I have to. Let's go on to my shooting. For our turns are pretty quick here. We both just have very little units left. So Abaddon and Friends killed a Terminator and most of another one with their devastating wound shooting, but they failed the 10-inch charge, sadly. And then I did pop my fight first so I could kill Lucius because he probably would have killed my Terminators, and then the mortal wounds only did 1, and then I actually got to use my detachment ability. So we're moving on to turn 5 now. Draw. This was last draw. So this draw I have capture enemy outpost and bring it down. Does this one work if you've already destroyed them all?
No.
No! Okay, yeah, okay. So I probably get Stormhawk, capture enemy post, dropping those guys down there. But other than that, that's not much for that. So turn 5, I didn't do much. I just dropped down here for capturing an outpost and just stayed there. I had sticky this one, so I could just keep that for the end of the game. And then, so that's the end of my turn. And then Laura.
You got cleanse and engage on all fronts.
Oh.
Most I can do is maybe stop you from scoring another 5.
You can stop that one.
That's it.
You can get out.
Yeah, not having that charge.
Because that was
the game.
Yeah. Really, that was a close game. With the final turn 5, the Emperor's Children drew cleanse and engage in all fronts. So not being able to get those, the total points at the very end with priority targets, it's 69 to 58 for the Custodes. It was a great game, very close. Came down to just the last, I think, 2 units left on the board. I think at the end of the game there was Abaddon and the Terminators left, and I had a group of Aquilon Terminators and a group of the regular Alaris Terminators left. And this wasn't a very competitive game. It was more for just testing if the Custodes could beat and kill vehicles without having a lot of the anti-tank like the Caladius tank. I was able to kill a lot of the vehicles, like I killed the Knight with the group of Terminators using Slayer of Nightmares and the reroll wounds because it was a vehicle. It was a great game, and thanks for coming, Laura. See you guys next time. Thanks for stopping by.